Hey there, welcome to SharkCast Pod NRLW 2025. My name is Sam Shinazzi, OG 2015, our 11th season of podcasting, and we are producing some NRLW content along with our friends at the Cronulla Sharks, officially aligning with them to get to know the NRLW team and their staff, what they go through week to week, where they've come from, where they're going, and of course provide some analysis and stats and that kind of thing on their season, which is hopefully going to start improving. They are 1-2 going into round 4 against the West Tigers. On this episode, you're going to hear from Quincy Dodd, our legendary number 9, the first ever NRLW contracted Shark, and you're going to hear from the younger edge forward Manilita Takapautolo. Both great chats. My absolute honor to be talking to them and get to know them a little bit better on behalf of you, the listener/viewer. That's the aim of this weekly podcast, is to put a spotlight on the NRLW team. Tremendous athletes and playing for our most favorite club in the whole world, the greatest club in the history of the world, the mighty Cronulla Sharks. The Sharks are 2 losses, 1 win. 1-2, if you will. Both losses have been narrow losses. They have been 2-point losses. So we've been in both matches. Round 1 against the Eels at home, we lost 18-16. And round 3 last week, we lost 16-14 to the Cowboys. Both at home, both by 2 points. Both games we should have won. And I don't think it'll be that hard to correct what's going wrong. There is a mounting injury toll, but that's still no excuse, because you're right in these games and you're on paper and in theory and in opinion better teams than the ones you're facing. So you should be winning those games. And I think that the NRLW team will turn it around this week against the Tigers. Now, we did have the 1 win in Canberra in round 2, 56-6, a record-breaking win. And that means on the ladder, we're still not too far adrift from where we want to be due to that big for and against. But we do need to win this week against the West Tigers, 6:15 p.m. at Shark Stadium on Sunday. If you can get down there, please do. Otherwise, it'll be on KO, it'll be on Fox Sports, it'll be on Channel 9 affiliated channels. Looking at the West Tigers, coached by former Shark, and former Shark who is now Hall of Fame, Brett Kimmorley. Now, a Brett Kimmorley team is always going to be very competitive. They went close in one of their 3 games, and even last week against the Titans, with a 12-point loss, they were still in it. Round 1, they lost 28-4 to West Tigers. Round 2, 12-8 to the Bulldogs. Really should have won that one at Campbelltown. And last week at Leichhardt, they lost 24 points to 12. Also of note, Greg Inglis is on their coaching staff, so they're in really good hands, and you know they're going to turn up and play a tough, physical style of rugby league. The Sharks team for this week: Emma Veron at fullback, Cassie Staples and Georgia Ravix on the wings. Our centres are Tiana Penatani-Gray and Anessel Biddle, returns from suspension. Halves are Georgia Hanaway and Shante Kiraratu. The front row is Ellie Johnston, Quincy Dodd and Manilita Takapautolo, who has played on the edge, but she's currently playing in the front row due to a few injuries and that kind of thing. I think that could change though by Sunday, because there is a few announcements coming out, which I'm not privy to say, but fortunately a few injuries will probably be announced before game time. So at the moment, the back row is Tale Holmes, Rhiannon Byers and Brooke Anderson. That may change come game time. Interchange at the moment is Grace Lee Weeks, Jadika Tafua, Nakia Davis-Welsh and Stephanie Faulkner. We also have an extended bench of Leke Leilua, Dominic Dutoit, Tyler King and Tamaya Kelly-Signs. And also on the bench is Anne-Marie Kiraratu. So you might see some changes there. We'll leave that to the official club announcements to reveal all that. But I know that the coach, Tony Herman, is under a bit of stress with just a lot of injuries mounting. We do have potentially some troops coming back. People do keep asking me about Jada Taylor, and to my knowledge, she is kind of close, but that might depend on some further testing down the line. So whilst I think she's almost ready to go, it's fingers crossed, but we're not quite there yet. But hopefully there'll be some news on that soon. And I believe there are a few other players that may be returning from injury and absence, shall we say, throughout the season. So wait and see on that one. It's going to be a tough one against the West Tigers, but it's almost must win at this stage because you don't want to be 1-3 going into round 5 next week. So let's get the job done against the West Tigers. I think we will. Having watched them, and you know that Kezi Apps, the captain, is just unbelievable, and there are other very talented athletes in the team. They're very competitive. They're very physical. So it's not going to be an easy one, but I do think we'll have enough strike power and strength to win the game. Coming up, we're going to hear from two very talented Cronulla Sharks NRLW stars. We will roll with Quincy Dodd first, who I interviewed first, and then we will go into Manilita Takapautolo. Both great chats. I hope you enjoy them. The full-length videos you can watch on sharks.com.au. It would be a huge favour to me if you jump on there at some point and give them a view. If you see them on their socials, give them a like, give them a share, spread it around. Let's let the Sharks community know that SharkCast is who they want to be hanging out with and who we want to be hanging out with as well. So any support there you can lend to us would be great. The other thing we always ask is if you can like, subscribe to whatever you're listening or viewing this on, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Apple, whether it's Spotify, Acast, wherever you're listening and viewing or viewing, please give us a subscribe and a like. And if you have this on your socials, or if you can be kind enough to put on your socials, share it around. It all helps spread the word of SharkCast Pod. Really appreciate it. Having a ball doing this. We will talk to you soon, and we'll see you down at the ground on Sunday. Up Cronulla, let's go.
Nessa Biddle playing the ball a metre away from the line. Preston gave herself some room, puts in a grubber kick. Dodd! Oh, brilliant! Just when you thought Upton saved the day, Dodd says no thank you.
All right, SharkCast NRLW here with the great Quincy Dodd, the first ever NRLW Cronulla Shark. That blows my mind. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Awesome, it's amazing. I remember coming into the stadium when I actually signed my first ever contract for the Sharks, and we were just outside the change room here, and heaps of people here, people behind the scenes of Sharks, Coach Tony Herman, media was there, and then also a few sponsors. So to have the support behind me when I signed my first contract was really amazing.
It's a massive deal, something that, look back in the history of time, and Quincy's going to be there, number one. Let's go back before that. Tell us a bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up?
Yeah, so I was raised in Cronulla, so lived in Cronulla my whole life. I haven't left Cronulla. Went to Woolooware Public School, went to Cronulla High School, started playing footy when I was 16 at Cronulla High School, and then was lucky enough to play for Cronulla Carrying Bar, so that's my junior rugby league club, when I was about 16, and then fortunate again to play for the first inaugural Tasha Gale Cronulla Sharks team. And then my kind of journey started when I was about 18 through all the different rep levels and to where I am now in Cronulla NRLW team.
Now, you played for some other clubs. Tell us about that. Started the Roosters.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
So 2018 was when I first signed with the Roosters. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play that year, but I was in top 24. Then 2019, that's when I debuted for the Roosters. Great club, really enjoyed my time there. Met a lot of the women that have been in the game for a long, long time as well when the game started. And then I moved on to Dragons. How
did that make you feel as a diehard Sharks fan?
To the Dragons?
Bittersweet?
Well, to be honest, there was no NRLW Sharks team.
I'm just
so I actually felt like I was very lucky to have the opportunity to play for Dragons. But I think if Sharks came in for the first year, 2018, I would have probably swept it straight away and went straight to Sharks.
Tell us about the time at Dragons. How was that?
Yeah, once again, great. I really enjoyed Jamie Soward as my coach there. And once again, I learnt so much from a different club and different group of girls, and I've got so many memories from that club as well. Both the Roosters and the Dragons, I did make grand finals in both those teams too, and they're experiences that I'll always remember as well. And I don't regret any decision that I made going to those clubs as well. I felt like I learnt a lot, and not just from the game itself, but the people from different clubs, and I got to meet heaps of new people as well.
Tell us about the position of a hooking. Have you always been a number 9? No,
so I actually started as a halfback. Okay. So when I was younger, when I first started at school and through Tasha Gale, I played halfback since my second year at Roosters, I believe. And then Jamie Feeney, do we know Jamie Feeney? Yeah. He transitioned me into a hooker.
Wow,
so he got me, I think I came in at 14. So when I got the chance to even play, I said, why not? And then kind of just stuck at hooker my whole career now.
That's pretty cool. Were you always a good defender?
Yeah, I love defence. Okay. Even when I first started at school, my coach, Chris Dodd, he knew that I had to always get in the middle, and I always defended a lot, even though I was playing half back then at school, but I always ended up going back into the middle. So, I do love the defence.
All right, let's flash forward to 23. What was it like putting the jersey on, playing down here for the first time, all those kind of emotions?
Still remember every minute of it. I remember at first when we walked into the stadium to the final bell, we versed the Canberra Raiders. I can't quite remember the score. We talk about history a lot, but sometimes I forget that. But I just remember it. It was awesome to be on that field at Shark Park and play a game of rugby league. Yeah. Obviously, when I was younger, watching NRL Sharks play, then I have the chance of actually doing it myself. So, it was really special, and I got to play with a really amazing group as well. And was lucky enough to actually score 2 tries too. So I have a very very enjoyable experience of my first ever game at the Cronulla Sharks.
Pretty good year last year. We know we almost got there. What did you take away from the 24 season going into this season? Yeah,
look, it was obviously a little bit fell short at the end there against the Sydney Roosters, and because it's been my 3rd grand final, it does hurt a little bit, but we know that we're going to build from that, and it's a new year, and we probably haven't started the strongest, but we have taken heaps out of it. Our group's a little bit changed compared to last year too, but we know that if we want to make it to that grand final again, we've got to take it the next step further.
So we're 1 and 2 Tigers on Sunday 6:15 Shark Stadium. They're not going the best either. How are you approaching this game?
Yeah, look, each week we have a focus that we need to bring into each game, and I feel like each week we have brought that in, but not 100% yet. So I feel like we need to go in at 100% this game, and we really got to think about if we want to be a finals team, we need to put in 100% to this game, and making sure that everything that we do in our preparation before the game is done correctly, and making sure that our training is being competitive, being high intensity, making sure that we're also having fun around each other, but also supporting each other. But I don't know, I'm really looking forward to this Sunday, and I hope us girls turn it around a bit.
Absolutely. In a couple of weeks' time, we have Indigenous rounds, and you've played for the Indigenous team over a number of years. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, really exciting. I think we've actually got 2 rounds of it. Yep. So really exciting. When I first found out about it last year, that we were actually having, we were being able to represent Indigenous in one of our rounds for the NRLW, was even a big step into what our game is starting to become. It's just like the men's as well. So it means a lot to my family and my mob and everything behind the scenes as well. It's not just about the Indigenous round, it's about the design of the jersey. Yeah. I've actually had a little bit of a sneak peek of it, so I know what it looks like, and I'm really excited to share that as well, because it's got a bit of everyone's story on it, and I'm excited to show the girls that though. It hasn't been shown, I don't think, yet.
Okay, awesome. 1 more question, no, 2 more questions. We always ask this now with the NRLW stars. Tell us a bit about Tony Herman and your relationship with him.
Yeah. Tony Herman's great. Obviously been under him for my 3rd year now, and each year I feel like individually he's made my game better, and that's just credit to him, because he's really brought out the best in me, and he still does that with every single player too. He's very dedicated to the game, and he loves the women's sport so much. He's got daughters of his own, and I know how much passion he's got in the game, and he just wants the best for us too, because he knows that we're the best, and we just want to do him proud too. So he's a great guy, and I'm really looking forward to see us hopefully one day hold that trophy up at the end of the NRLW Grand Final.
All right, before we let you go, Quincy Dodd, tell us about music and your life. What are you listening to at the moment? What do you like? Any answer is fine.
Yep. So actually, at the moment, I've been loving a bit of like Chris Brown and a bit of R&B and a bit of chill music. Depends what mood I'm in. So sometimes when I'm in the car, I like a bit of country, a bit of chill Chris Brown, a bit of R&B. But then maybe before a game, I want a bit more like housey and a bit more leveled up music. So
awesome.
Really just depends. But yeah, depends what mood. And I get around to really anything too. A lot of the girls have different music tastes in here. So whatever's played, I love it.
All right, Quincy Dodd, thank you so much for your time. Good luck on Sunday, and go get them.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Outside three.
Now the width on offer. Now to Takapautolo. Still going it over. What a presence she is on the edge. The 18-year-old on test debut with a 4-pointer to remember.
Okay, Manilita, welcome to SharkCast Pod NRLW 2025. Thank you so much for your time. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Can you give us a bit of background on where you grew up and that kind of scenario in your life? Where did you grow up and when did you get into sport?
Well, I was born in NZ, and then I moved over when I was around 8 years old. I started footy when I was around 12, just at a local club, St John's Eagles in Punchbowl.
Okay.
I actually was just training with my brother at the start, and then soon after I found that I liked footy. So then I just jumped in, and then I started playing.
Okay.
And haven't stopped since.
Were you always an edge back row, or have you played all over the place?
No, when I started, I was actually a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a
Why
half.
are you laughing?
Yeah, I was a half, all the way up to, I think, 14.
Okay.
Yeah. So for 2 years I was a half, and then I went into centres for a bit, and then I just started playing edge back row when I think I moved to Sharks.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think it was in Tarshigale, and then that's when, started moving into the middle.
And tell us about that process. Was it difficult to go from half to an edge back row?
Not really. I think I was more suited as edge back row forward. I was young, so I think half was just easy. It wasn't really that hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you end up at the Sharks? Like, where were you playing before you came to Cronulla?
I was playing at Bulldogs for a bit. Yeah, I came through the development in there. I was always training with Tarshigale, but I was always young to play with them. And then at one of the Lisa comps, I think Tony had picked me up from there. But I also played Union for a bit as well with Liv. And that's how I got close to Tony and his family. And then, he offered me a development. And then I've been at Sharks ever since.
Did you grow up watching rugby league?
I grew up around it with all my brothers. They were all playing. They never got far, which is why my dad made me make sure I get far in it. So yeah. But yeah, I've always grew up around it with all my cousins playing and all that. So,
Did you have a team that you supported?
I used to support Roosters, but now I hate that club.
Hey, we love to hear that.
No, but I think we play for NRLW. We have that little rival with them, so it's good to see. But I go for Sharks now, obviously. And
excellent.
Yeah, haven't stopped.
Tell us about your debut for the Sharks NRLW team. How was that? Tell us about the week and how you found out and your family being here. Run us through that.
It was actually last minute. I think it was in captain's run. I found out. It was like the day before, and I wasn't really expecting it. It was a big shock, but I was obviously really excited. I think my parents were more shocked than me. They weren't expecting it that fast as well. And yeah.
How was the day?
I think I was just really nervous, even leading up to the game. I was still so nervous. But everyone around me made sure that like I didn't get too much in my head about it. So yeah, it was good to see with the girls.
It seems like a very tight unit here at NRLW Sharks. Run us through the relationships you have with the other women. Like, as you say, they looked after you then. You're one of the younger players, I guess.
Yeah.
But how does that work out? Like, is it you tight-knit off the field, tight-knit on the field? Is that how?
Yeah, definitely. I think being around the girls like 3 years now, we've all like became so close with each other. Like there's no, like you don't really feel like left out anywhere. Whenever you like go from group to group, there's no groups in here. Everyone just mingles. Like and it's like when you're talking with each other, it's not just like I don't get like fake talk. It's like genuine talk. Everyone like really wants to know how you're going, and yeah, it's good to see.
Tell us about Coach Tony Herman.
Oh, I love Tony.
What do you love about him?
He's really truthful, and but he's also a really good person as well. Mm-hmm. When you need to hear the truth, he's always there to say it, but he'll always back you all the way. Like everyone knows that. Knowing Tony for a long time now, I'm really grateful for him and the opportunity he gave me that no one else gave me. So always grateful for him.
Tell us about last year, pretty successful season. We almost got there. It wasn't meant to be, but how was that experience with all the wins and then the grand final?
Yeah, I think last year was a really fun season with all the girls. We obviously got really close at the end.
Yeah.
Wasn't the result we wanted, but we knew that we could get there again. So that's what we're striving for again this year. I just hope we make it close again.
Yeah.
Hopefully win it this year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So West Tigers this week, Sunday, 6:15, Shark Stadium. What are you expecting against the West Tigers this week?
I think we all know it will be a hard game. We all know it won't come easy, especially how we've faced them before and haven't got the win.
Yeah.
So hopefully all this, hopefully having it as a home game will fire something in us. Hopefully get the win this week, like knowing that we need it this week as well. So
yeah, I mean you guys have been playing pretty good. I know we had the big win in Canberra, but the loss to the Eels, loss to the Cowboys. I mean you still play good football, just didn't quite get across the line.
Yeah, I think we all knew what we did wrong in those games. Also wasn't the footy that we know that we can showcase out there. So I think we're just training to try play our good footy for longer this time. So.
All right, before we let you go, we want to know about you and music. So what kind of music do you like? And you can say a genre, you can say a band, an artist, song. What gets you? What do you like?
I think anything. Coming around these girls, they're very different. They have a very different taste to me.
What about you?
But I think R&B is definitely a go-to. Do you
have a favourite?
Not really. I think
that's okay.
R&B genre, yeah.
Awesome. How does that go down with the other women?
They're more, how do I say it?
Country.
Yeah, country music. So it's good.
Yep.
Good to listen to everything, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Great to meet you. Good luck. West Tigers, 6:15, Shark Stadium. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.